Takže GG well played. To je skvělý. The Stanley Parabel Venture Line. Čete vám čáru, po který mám chodit. Konečně trošičku railroadu. Přesně, helpo. Teď už to snad neminu. Skvělý. OK. To je prostě geniální. Já jsem nadšenej, šmoulo. OK. Tak jo, no on potom si to rozmyslel, čete, protože jsem vlastně do toho nevložil vůbec žádnou energii. Nic nemůžu dělat. Mám nápad. Řešení.
I've employed the help of the Stanley Parabel Adventure Line.
Ještě tam TM.
How simple is that?
Trademark, ty vole. Skvělý. Takže vymyslel jsem vychytávku. Prostě kurva půjdeš po té lajně. Dobré. Tak dále. Tarada, tada. Tarada. Woo! Strašně lákavý. Proč člověka neláká tolik jako udělat to, co se po něm chce? Jsem divnej, čete? Jako prostě já mám s tím zásadní problém. Já vím, že vede jinam. A tady taky, že teoreticky pak může jít jinam. Já vidím, že ta žlutá čára jde furt rovně. Okay.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
OK, takže mi říká, že na to sere. Prostě nechává na té čáře. Laci jak malé ADH dítě. Jdu si po čáře, jdu si, dveře, přesně. Matyášovi Valentovi by se tohle hrozně líbilo. Tak tady máme jedinou možnost. Kam jít. Tady vždycky jsou všude ty otevřené dveře, mě strašně sere. OK. Hej, solitér, yes, ty vole! Koukejte, solitér taky. Ne, solitér taky není, sakra. Já doufal, že je. Zkoušel na to, nech si to na streamu zahrát maty. Ne, subgoal už nebudu dělat. Nebo ne na tohle, help. Ještě takovou pozu.
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
Okay, takže osud.
Here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story?
Wow, cool. A teď se mě ptá filozofickou, jestli story, jestli příběh, který nemá cíl, je pořád příběh. Je totiž, ale to nebudeme říkat, že ne.
Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
To je strašná pičovina tohle. Potřebujeme prej hudbu na odlehčenou, čete. Co když půjdu s kratkou? What the fuck? Juraj, čau, čau. Za oknem bylo něco? Nevím. Tak příště, Juraj, promiň. Oh shit. Zdal jsem ti tak před půl hodinou, ale dostal jsem zobrazeno dvakrát. Promiň, Juraj. Yes, to je správně v megakorporaci tohle. Já jsem taky doufal v další výtah, no. Už ta čára začíná být trochu komplikovanější. Okay. Dobrý bordel.
Wait, cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley. This fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Fern. Kapradí, OK. Dobře. Mám to. Děkuju moc. Inere. A Vektorko, Mystic Persne. Děkuju vám všem. Tak jo, mám to.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parabel, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
The fuck? Jsem tady, ty vole.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart. You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Tady jsme se vystrali na tu čáru a jsme přeci jenom inteligentní bytosti a začneme si společně rozhodovat a uděláme svůj vlastní příběh. Co kdyby jsme třeba šli tímhle směrem? Vlastně jako taky railroad, že, svým způsobem, ale vypadá jako totálně ne railroad, což je super.
Yes, this is exciting.
To je
Just
zábava.
me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley. I'm ready for
S
it.
tím se živím, kámo, ne. Dobrý, takže co chceš všechno ve svém příběhu? Použij svoji imaginaci, já jsem připraven na úplně všechno. Ne, ty jestli to bude točit. Okay.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Okay. Že by rád teď dal tu čáru pryč, aby nám se nestral do našeho příběhu. Moty, dobré odpoledne, tobě, čau, čau. Ještě všechno je trademarkový, přesně, i to. To trademark je super. Tak.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision.
Musíme se rozhodnout. Teď je to pod naší kontrolou. Nesmíme to skurvit. Musím tady přemýšlet minutu.
Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
To je úplně jako D&D, na chvíli se zabavte, musím to tu domyslet. Přesně, Hagene, přesně. Tady máte, já nevím, tady máte nový artefakt, chvilku si s ním hrajte a...
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined?
Okay.
So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
Že jenom abyste věděli, vy, co tomu případně nerozumíte tak dobře, ale to je docela cool, že jsme zjistili vlastně jako skript celý. 8krát se to má zrestartovat, po 8. Umřu. A už tady nebude ani vypravěč. Zatím to všechno jsem se koukal, víceméně sedí. A to zjistil i ten vypravěč a je vlastně vyděšený. Takže najednou je vypravěč na naší straně a chce to stopnout. Takže tím se zastavil ten čas, protože nechce další restart a nechce být úplně stejně jako my, jenom figurka v tom už předvymyšleném příběhu.
So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know,
teď budeme jenom čekat, víš jak. A aspoň to je nějaký příběh, ne? Nesouhlasíš?
Though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
A navíc je následující bod, že vypravěč zapomene všechno předtím. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Je to tak?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
A tady už se nic nestane, ne, podle mě. Kdybych tam šel, co tam ještě je? Ty modré dveře by tam mohly být a tím bych potom konečně mohl projít. Jsme to vždycky mohli zkusit, a to zkusím ještě jednou.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Ty modré dveře byly, jak jsem se skočil z že jo.
Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Kde byly ty modré dveře, čete?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you
tady přeskoku, že jo? Okay. Jsem to myslel, fajn, díky.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone... Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Extrémně vtipná.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Ještě zkusíme tohle a pak půjdu červenýma, jo?
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly.
No, nejlepší joke ever.
Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me.
Okay, konečně nechci poslouchat.
I really have wanted you to be happy all this time. The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
OK, takže tady pobíhám kvůli tomu a teď konečně mám.
What do we want?
Co chceme?
What are we looking for?
Po čem koukáme? OK. Nedá se jít jinam? Dá, že jo? To je fakt hustý.
Here, yes.
To je nádhera, co?
Beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Má radost. No vidíte, jak málo stačí.
No, wait. Where are you going?
Kam jdeš? Jasně.
Oh no, Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Když chcípnu, tak se to zresetuje a nemám chodit po těchto schodech. Takže let's go. Určitě. Let's go, let's go.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Je ta malá šipečka. Vidíte ji? Ta bílá. Vidíte ji tady vlevo? Hop.
Oh, thank God. You lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room? No. No, no, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Wee.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
Já i chodím pomalej. Jsem rozsekanej, čete.
Is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
Já už nemůžu, mě strašně bolí břicho. No, proč se mi ptá, jestli to je opravdu tak špatná hra, že pořád skáču dokola a chci se prostě zabít. Jestli správně čte tu komunikaci mezi náma. Je prostě skvělý, jak se ti snaží tak lehce si to vydírat, jo no. Náhodou skvělý námět na postavu do D&Dčka, postavu, co si uvědomil, že je ve hře a chce se zabít, jo, ale tím by ti to zrušilo celý to D&Dčko, no. D&Dčko stojí a padá na tom, že se čtvrtá stěna neřeší.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Je to skvělý. Být tím vypravečem, tak dám výpověď. Já si taky, ty vole, ale jako asi po 10 minutách, Aptoriane. Let's go. A hop.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Hrozně to baví.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
Okay, čas se teď víc řeší, OK. A toho člověka, co to namlouval, miluju, já taky šmoulu. Já taky. Počku, nic není.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Jdu tou správnou cestou, jo, tak slávně.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay, takže jdeme za bossem a doufáme, že najdeme tam odpověď. Neměňte to, dokud si nepokecáte s manažerem téhle tabule, to je skvělý. Nedá se to smazat, no. Samozřejmě, že bych to zkusil. A po 2 hodinách jsme se dostali 2 minuty děje. Ano. Jenomže děje je to právě i to vedle, že jo? To se ti snaží ta hra říct celou dobu. To je strašně hustý. Tomorrow, ty vole, to si dám do megakorporace. Tomorrow Complete Today's je úplně skvělý. To mám pocit, že je úplně vibe tohle z toho streamu, tohle z toho kanálu. Se mi líbí. Okay, co chceš od budoucnosti? Co chcete vy od budoucnosti, čete? Ha? Tipy, jak nebýt vyhozený. Drž hubu. Skvělou P. Celý den. Aniž by si čekal, že se budeš povýšen. Počkejte, já to nestíhám, já se vrátím zpátky, ale přijde úplně skvělý. Jak používat slidery, OK. Každý je unikátní, ty hlavně, skvělý. Number of slides on this slide? Ty vole. What the fuck, ty vole? Tohle je úplný úlet. Ach jo. OK, to je skvělý. Ještě to podívám na, ještě jsem tam myslím jeden slide. Tady je všude, no, Kolnare, samozřejmě to slovo. Jasně, nesmíte očekávat, že budete povýšeni, nebo že se vás někdo všimne a nesmíte být vyhozeni, jasně. How to solve a dispute. Pasivní agresí, OK. To jsou přesně takový ty pičus nic neříkající slidy, který jsem viděl ty vole ve svém životě už několikrát. Let's go.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
What?
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer.
Takže je to celé jenom sen, skvěle.
His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job.
To je story, jak ty vole v Alanovi šitejkovi.
I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Super zahraný. OK, takže teď jsme řešili, jestli jsem ve snu nebo nejsem ve snu. A proč teda na mě mluví někdo?
Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss, I have an office, I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real, I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Takže paní, která se na mě dívala na blázna, který umřel a díky tomu si zjistila, že je v pohodě, protože ona blázen není. Nice.